Deal with Will TV. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, I learned something that I never really knew before. I've heard people talk about it, but I guess today I finally learned it. What is that thing, you may ask? Well, it's that white people are the only ethnic group in the entire world that can be racist. Wow. I mean, we learn something new every day. At least I do. I'm thinking like, where am I going to find the topic for my next video? I open up Threads and it's right there. So guys, without further ado, we're going to get into this video. I watched maybe 20 seconds of it. It's a 1.5-minute long video. And I knew I got to get to the computer and we got to record and talk about this.
Why are we being racist? Racist towards who? Old Man Coyote?
You can't treat white people differently. That's racism.
That's not how that works, stupid. I would love to break this to you, so here we go. It is impossible for a person of color to be racist towards one another.
So he says something only exclusive to white people and white people only. People of color can't be racist. Teach this to other white people. So if there's any other white people watching this video, I guess this lesson is for you and for us. I guess I need to call my family up too. This kid looks like he's mixed with white, by the way. He looks like he's part Asian, obviously, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if he's part white. Let's listen to what else this guy has to say, because so far this has got to be a joke.
To a white person, racism is something exclusive to white people. Only white people can be racist. The word you're looking for is prejudice. Can a person of color be prejudiced towards a white person? Yes. Can a person of color be prejudiced towards another?
I mean, this guy might be onto something. I don't know. Let me know what you think.
Color? Yes. A lot of Asians are prejudiced towards black people because of xenophobia, because of colorism, and surprise, surprise, because of white supremacist propaganda. Prejudice, however, is completely different from racism. Racism is systemic. Racism is tied with colonization. Racism is tied with slavery. Racism is tied together with generations upon generations upon generations of classism and supremacy that only
Oh my God, this is such a tough watch. Oh man.
benefits white people. Why do you think it was harder for Muhammad Ali to change his name than Bruce Jenner to change his gender?
Probably because we're talking about a 50-year gap between Muhammad Ali changing his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad to Bruce Jenner turning into a female, okay? A lot of things have changed with time. Gas prices, too. Have you checked those out lately? My God.
Recognize a history you've learned and throw it in the trash. Relearn the real history of the people to fully comprehend the definition of racism. With all that being said, I want to make something really fucking crystal clear for you. When you see me or any other person of color treat white people differently or say shit like white people can't be trusted, that is not prejudice, nor it is racism. Bitch, that's called being careful.
All right, so let's talk about that together. That last piece that he said. If you see myself or any other people of color talking crap about white people saying they can't be trusted, that's not racist. That's not really racist. That's just his personal prejudice. I think this guy's got his definitions all crossways. So let's talk about it. Prejudice. What is prejudice? See, prejudice is what I think I know about something. My predetermined ideas based on experiences that I've had in the past or experiences of others. Now, what is racism? Racism is the deep-rooted hate of an ethnic group based upon their skin color, based upon who they are, based upon their cultural differences. I'm here to tell you right now, in 2025, I know that racism still does exist. I'd be a fool to say it didn't. But the number of people that are outright racist and will hate you because you're white or hate you because you're black, it's a very small number. Now, number of people that have a prejudice against you because you're white and what they've seen on the media about you because you're black, that's a different story. That's a totally different story. So let's break down his first argument that black people and people of color just can't be racist, outright can't be, and that white people are the only ones that can be. As long as we are human beings, there will always exist in us the human condition. What is the human condition? The human condition in of itself is being imperfect, not being able to love perfectly, not being able to understand perfectly. And when we have the human condition, there will always exist the element of racism, of prejudice. This is to my people of color. If the last time you checked that you bled and it was red, guess what? You can be racist. Congratulations, you're a human. I can't believe that we are even making a video about this, but the reason I wanted to is because this isn't the first time I've heard this. As a matter of fact, I have heard this argument for years and years. Like, I didn't go to college. Is this something that they're teaching in critical race theory? Like, where does this come from? Is this just a woke idea? Because you can't make it make sense to me. Like, guys, do you remember like in 2008, 9, 10, woke was a cool thing. To be woke was like to be hip. You know what I mean? Now to be woke is to say idiotic stuff like this and to say that I am exempt from any sin, for because I am a person of color, I must be better than my white counterparts. There's no way I can be racist. Get a clue. For 1 second, I want you, the viewer, to forget everything you know about racism, about prejudice, everything you think you may know. Let's start from a clean slate. Knock your brain out the other side of your head. Do you remember the last time you had a thought about an ethnic group? Perhaps it was a thought about Mexicans. Perhaps it was a thought you had about Indians. Perhaps it was something that you said about white people. That's a prejudice. Guess what? If that prejudice is rooted in some sort of hatred that you may have of that person, that's racism. However, I feel that whoever you may be, whoever the viewers are of this video, I feel that not many of you will be racist. I believe that true racism doesn't exist in the volume that we think it does in this country. I'm sorry, I just don't. So long as we are human, prejudice will exist in our life. Let me give you another example for a prejudice. And this doesn't even have to be about people necessarily. In high school, I was never good at basketball. I was much more of a football person. But to think that I cannot go to the gym, work on my shot day in and day out, and not get a little bit better because basketball is just inherently stupid, that's a prejudice, right? And it's just untrue. I can work on those things. I can get better. I may never be good, but I can become better, right? We all have these little prejudices. I think that's how you say that. We all have these prejudices, plural, in our life. This message that we're sending out, like, I don't know how many people this touched. Let's look on Threads where I got the video from. I just want to see. It was in the thousands, no telling what other platforms it's on. This is just not true. To be human is to be imperfect, and to live in this experience as a living organism, we're going to be flawed. That's all I have for this. I think this is absolutely ridiculous. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Let me know down in the comments. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.